What's going on, guys? Before I jump into my Raw review, well, my lack of a Raw review, yeah, I decided that when Raw came on and I saw the advertisement for the dog show on NBC, I decided I would watch the dog show. So I'd like to make a public apology to whoever watches my videos. There will be no Raw review this week. I sold out and I watched the dog show, and I hope you can find it in your hearts to forgive me. So thanks for watching the show. I'm just kidding. I didn't want to watch that boring dog show. Who watches a dog show anyways? Like, oh, and at number 6, this dog. He's so cute. I mean, I don't know. Boring. Now, if you're a guy and you wanted to watch a bikini show, thumbs up to you, actually. 2 thumbs up. But, who wants to watch a boring dog show? But, oh well. So let's jump into the Raw review. So the show starts off with, woo! Ric Flair coming out, and basically he just cuts a brief promo, and he's thanking the fans, and he's like, man, it's good to be back, and blah, 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 and he's just thanking everybody, and then Jericho comes out and interrupts him, and then just basically, badmouths Flair. What does he say? Some of the key points I wrote down. Basically, he just tells Flair that he always needs to be in the spotlight, and Flair agrees with him on that. But then Jericho just says that Flair has no dignity, that he can't just walk away, and it's just a matter of time before he gets back into the ring and loses more dignity. And then he starts telling Flair just to entertain the parasites in the crowd, do his thing, do his tricks, be a lab dog, blah blah blah. And eventually Flair gets pissed off about it, punches him in the face, and that's the end of that promo. So just kind of builds up more to their WrestleMania match that they're probably gonna have. So because I'm sure that if Flair's coming back, he's gonna obviously wrestle, because if he was gonna manage somebody, he would manage somebody. But he's gonna wrestle, which is fine, because I know him and Jericho can have a good match. So let's see, what else do we have going on? They show a brief recap of the Legacy beating up the McMahons. How they jumped them backstage. The one thing that was kind of weird with this recap though was remember when Shane was hitting the guys with the kendo stick? They threw in some sound effect noises, if you were outside swinging like a bow or a stick or something. You hear the they threw those sound effects in there. It was weird. So the first match of the show we have, I'm going to move my Raw notes over here so I don't have to look that way. Not that there's nothing wrong with looking to the left. The first match we have is Jillian and Beth Phoenix versus Melina and Kelly Kelly. Again, for the 3rd straight week. And Jillian and Beth Phoenix win this matchup. And it's okay, short little women's match, I guess. Just we've seen this match 3 times already, in the last couple weeks. So let's see, the finish was Rosa interfered. I think Melina went for a spring second rope move or something. She holds the ropes. Beth hits the glam slam, 1, 2, 3. Jillian and Beth win. They announced next week that Melina and Beth will have a women's title matchup. So kind of weird they don't put that on the No Way Out pay-per-view, because usually they always stick one women's match on there. But whatever, it's all good. Let's see what was next in the show. We have JBL and HBK backstage. JBL says that, even though we're having an all-for-nothing match at the pay-per-view, you still work for me. And tonight, Sean, I've got a tune-up match for you against the world's strongest and sweatiest man, Mark Henry. Well, he didn't say sweatiest man, but you know what I mean. So we get HBK versus Mark Henry later. The next thing we have is Orton promo. Orton and Legacy come out, and basically Orton says that Stephanie's intimidated, and the reason he didn't punt her in the head last week was because he wants her to see what another McMahon destroyed when he destroyed Shane at the pay-per-view. And then he also talks about The Undertaker for a second, and he's like, if The Undertaker can't beat me tonight, Shane, what chance do you have at the pay-per-view of beating me? So just some more talk for tonight. And once again, Priceless doesn't say anything in the promo at all. So kind of, if you ever watch Spinnernet One's videos, he posted a video about how those two guys need personality, and I absolutely agree with him on that one. I don't even know why these guys you know, or with Orton, or Orton might as well just have like two like masked ninjas or something with nunchucks, like walking around with him and helping him beat up people. I mean, like, I don't understand why like WWE doesn't give these guys a little bit more personality. You know, let them have their things that are cool and talk trash and blah blah blah. Just do a little bit more, you know. But you know, I'm not the writers, so get a quick drink of my tea here. Okay, so what's next? Priceless versus Crime Time in a tag team matchup. That was a good little tag team matchup, a rematch from last week. Priceless wins the matchup, and like, I don't know if Michael Cole comes up with these finishing move names, like if he just makes them up on the show, or if like the writers try to come up with something and then, you know, a week later they forget about it, or they're like, oh, that was stupid, we're not going to come up with it. But I guess Cody Rhodes' finishing move, like if you've seen Christopher Daniels do it in TNA or Ring of Honor, that last rights move. Test also used to do it, like it was called like the Test Drive or something. It's just kind of like you grab the guy. It's like you're gonna drop him like in a Scorpion Death Drop, but then you just like completely twist him around and, you know, drop him like with a spinning neckbreaker type move. So he calls this move Brutal Rude Crossroads. What the fuck? Brutal Rude Crossroads. That's like too long of a finisher to say. And besides that, I'm sure they're gonna forget what that move is called in a couple weeks, anyways. But yeah, Priceless wins. The next thing we got Kane, Knox, and Jericho versus Mysterio, Kofi Kingston, and John Cena in a six-man tag. Pretty good little six-man tag match here. I was pretty entertained by it. One of my favorite things in the match was like Mysterio was like in the ring or something, and Kane just like grabs him like on the rope and just like kind of chucks him over the rope. That was pretty cool. The finish sees Jericho catch Kofi Kingston in midair with a code breaker, 1, 2, 3. And your winners are Knox, Jericho, and Kane. What's funny after the match is over is like Knox and Kane are like glaring at Jericho or something, and they're like, oh, like, you know, in their bad moods or something. But it's like they won the match. You think they'd be just a little bit happy about that, you know? But you know, those are those guys, you know, kill before mating or whatever. So. The next thing we have is Stephanie backstage talking on a phone, and it's weird. She's like, basically, she's like, oh, I can handle myself, blah blah blah. But it's like, who's she talking to on the phone? Like, I'm guessing she's talking to Shane McMahon, but it's like, you know, she's just talking on the phone to somebody, blah blah blah. And it's like, why didn't they say who she was talking to? You know, it's not leading anywhere. They could have like let us know that. I don't know. It just kind of bugs me a little bit. So the next match we have is HBK versus Mark Henry in a very very short matchup. Basically, like HBK just like kind of made Mark Henry his bitch tonight. He just like kept punching him, and then like Henry started to kind of get the upper hand for a second, and then like Michaels like threw a chair in the ring, and then he was going to hit Henry with it, and Henry like catches it or something, and Michaels sweet chin musics the chair into him, causing a disqualification. So Henry wins by a DQ. That was pretty awesome. And then JBL comes into the ring, and basically he just like cuts a promo. He says that like doesn't matter at No Way Out if Shawn Michaels gets disqualified, counted out, you know, doesn't break on a ref's 5 count. He has to go by the rules, otherwise he's going to lose, and JBL will own him. JBL also wants Michaels to bring his wife to the ring, so that way, you know, she can see the beaten, broken old man that he's going to be after he loses. And then JBL says something that kind of like confused me a little bit, and maybe you guys can answer this for me, but it's like JBL says that there's room in his office for a wife of, you know, a beautiful and talented woman. So is he offering a job, or is he basically saying, you know, hey, you can give me a little something under the table or something? You know, maybe you guys could fill me in on that one. So yeah, I'm gonna jump to part 2 because I'm gonna run out of time here in a second.